Hello. Someone sent an email asking about, they were a little confused about assignment 2.2. So in this video, I'm going to take a few minutes and talk through the assignment. So please watch this video. And a word, I would recommend not trying to negotiate most of this class on an iPhone or a small phone, at least a tablet or a laptop, because material gets distorted. I cannot guarantee that you're going to be able to see everything necessary. It doesn't necessarily translate, from an iPhone. That said, you certainly feel free to use them if it's working for you. But that's kind of a procedural announcement before I move on and we take a look at how you assignment 2.2. So first I'm going to log into Blackboard on my computer here, and we'll get a look. Okay. The concept that you're going to need to really understand, okay, for assignment 2.2 is in chapter 2. Okay, it's the concept of an interlocking directorate. There's no substitute for reading the chapter first and then doing these exercises. Please don't do this out of sequence. This should be what you do before you attempt to do any modules, so that there's no confusion. Read the chapter first, okay? Okay, let me log into Blackboard. Go to your class, social problems, 235. Go to course documents, and we'll take a look at module 2. Wealth, power, and inequality. First, notice in your 2.1, I ask you for a definition of interlocking directorate, okay? I'm sorry, in 2.2, there's a definition of interlocking directorate. So before you do anything else, you have to define the term interlocking directorate. Now, I'm going to go here. And some people have had concerns about the organization of material. Unfortunately, I am not the master of Blackboard. They have redone Blackboard in a manner that isn't necessarily as friendly as I would have liked it to have been. But notice I've highlighted this first lead. Okay, let's take a look at this for a moment. Okay, this is a lead, cbsnews.com. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and copy that. You go up to the bar here, and I'm going to go over there. I could not get this. Okay, this is this great news, it seems like. The food beverage companies cut 6.4 trillion calories from products in the past 5 years. And they go on and talk about all the calories. Okay, the companies, and these are major companies: Bumblebee Foods, Campbell Soup Company, ConAgra is going to be a major one, General Mills, Sara Lee, Hillshire Brands, Kellogg, Kraft, Nestle, Mars, McCormick, Smucker, Unilever. Okay, it goes on to say they beat their promise by 400%. These companies do. Okay. I want you to notice something as you're reading this. If we go up here to the top, notice CBS News. Notice that? Okay, I'm going to pan up for a minute. Notice, you know, who is the person or the entity responsible for this story. Okay, that's going to give you, you know, some information. So we're sort of working the information inductively, or from the kind of general question to a particular selection. So we're going to get out of there. Okay, and we're going to back to Blackboard Learn, and we go down here to assignment 2.2, right? Okay, then I'm going to go, you know, I ask you to look at this interlocking directory. And again, you know, it goes up here because Blackboard no longer allows me to embed. Well, look, CBS, okay? Notice CBS there? Notice this. I'm going to click on that. You know, so you're going to need to, you know, make a link here. This isn't like an algebra class or a Spanish class. This is a different kind of thinking, right? So I want you to go to CBS Viacom, and media corporations share members of the board of directors with a variety of other large corporations, including banks, healthcare, and pharmaceutical and technology companies. So what we're going to do here is click on this, okay? Now, okay, you know, you might not know what these mean, okay? But if you go down to this list of companies, what did you just read, okay? You just read, you know, a list of companies in Article 1. Well, what are some food companies here? There's Jenny Craig. Okay. We got down here Anheuser-Busch, you know, and of course they sell beer, but they also sell other food products as well. Chase Manhattan, Coca-Cola is a major food company. They make more than just Coca-Cola. Let's see. Kellogg. They just mentioned Kellogg in that earlier article. Okay, sorry for the sneeze. If we go down here, Unilever is another food company that was mentioned in the early articles. One of these trillion-calorie reducers. Okay, and then we're back down to the original company. Okay, and then if you look down here, here's more lists. Okay. Let's see if there's any more food groups down here, okay? Okay, well, basically, you know, wherever you see, what this means, what an interlocking directorate means is this. So, the question I would have to you, the question I would have for you in answering this, or the question you should ask yourself is, do you think the fact that CBS owns, that they're controlling CBS, but that they're also controlling at least 2 of the other food companies, 3 possibly, on this long list of food companies, do you think that's going to affect this reporting about a 1 trillion calorie reduction and how it's 400% or not? I mean, you think they're just going to be really fair and report everything? My sense is probably not. That they're gonna have an interest in reporting this great 1 trillion calorie loss, you know, reduction in calories. You know, have we seen a big dent in the obesity rate? You know, this is how a social problem is constructed. It's in CBS/Viacom's interest to have there's a bias built in. They're supposed to be reporting the news, but if they own the company, okay, if they're the news entity that owns the company, then are they going to be biased? I would say. I mean, if I was CBS and I owned Kellogg, I'm gonna report positively. I'm not going to report that calories aren't the only way that people gain weight. That there's still other additives that are unhealthy for you. I'm not going to report that, if I'm their CEO. So an interlocking director, the CEO of the CBS Viacom, who reported this trillion-calorie loss, sits on the board of directors of the other companies. Okay? So as you're reading, think about this and make the connection. And then write a paragraph or two. Right, well, 200 words I asked you for in your assignment, which is maybe 3-paragraph assignment. And hopefully this should make clear up this for you a little bit. If you have any questions, again, please email me. Thanks.